Chapter 18.
You broke into Adam's office.
Caleb barked. For a man who never got mad, I was sure bringing out the worst in him. I didn't break into his office, I said once again. I merely entered an already unlocked establishment.
Says the person wearing all black.
It's the truth,
Maya said, coming to the rescue again.
she never unlocked the office. Rat did.
Rat,
Peter cut in.
don't tell me you've been working with him.
You know him? I asked.
Everyone knows of him, but no one actually knows him. How in the world do you?
He fixed a door for me and told me he knows how to get into places undetected. I thought I could find Caleb's file and see what happened to his money.
How much did you pay him to unlock the door?
Nothing,
No payment of any sort?
he asked in disbelief. None, but he left us stranded,
Although he did warn us he would.
Maya added. Caleb rubbed his temple.
Then why did you go through with it? If Peter hadn't been the cop who spotted you two, then you'd be sitting in jail right now.
I realize that, but it would have been worth the risk if I found something. Unfortunately, I didn't,
I did.
Maya said, pulling out a calendar from her pocket.
I couldn't read it in the dark, but it must have some information in it.
Good job, Maya, I said, reaching to take the calendar. Peter swooped it up before I had a chance to grab it.
Not good job.
He scolded as he leafed through the calendar.
This means you actually did steal something.
I see it's not stopping you from looking at it, I said, leaning over his shoulder to peek.
Is she always like this?
Peter asked Caleb. Caleb's gaze settled on me.
It's hard to say. I keep seeing so many different sides.
I pursed my lips but didn't say anything.
I'll take this with me.
Peter said, heading for the door.
I don't want to see either of you two ladies running from a crime scene again. Next time, I may not be able to look the other way.
This was a one-time thing, I said.
Make sure it stays that way.
He warned and left without a glance back.
Maya, can I drop you off at home?
Caleb asked.
I'm staying with Nadia and Frankie at Sergio's place.
Is that where you've been?
Caleb asked me, clearly miffed.
I've been trying to reach you ever since I heard about the explosion.
I thought you texted him that I was okay, I whispered to Maya.
She did.
Caleb answered for Maya.
That doesn't mean I wasn't worried about you and didn't wonder where you were staying.
I was told to lie low, and so that was what I was doing, I said.
Breaking and entering is lying low?
I remained silent. He had me there, and he knew it.
I don't want you to look for Jessica or Adam anymore. The money is not worth such big risks.
I nodded. I really didn't have any other leads anyway.
Come on.
Caleb said, grabbing his keys off the end table.
I'll drive you two jailbirds home.
I touched his arm, stopping him from walking past. Caleb, I'm sorry I made you worry. I'm sorry for a lot of things. Can I see you tomorrow? I want to make it up to you. His hand covered mine.
Sorry, Nadia, I'm busy tomorrow.
He said, not offering a different day to see me. His hand slipped off, and he walked past me to open the door. We left without another word. Maya? I pounded on the bathroom door the next morning. Are you okay? I winced as she heaved breakfast, or what was left of it. She had thrown up a few times already. I was sure there couldn't be anything left in her stomach. What the heck did you feed her? I asked Frankie, who was turning white and holding his stomach. Are you going to be sick too?
Only if I have to listen to her lose her cookies again,
He said, putting his hand over his mouth. I heard the toilet flush and the faucet run. A few moments later, Maya appeared. Her face was pale, and her eyes were red. She wilted against the doorframe. How do you feel now? I asked.
Like I have the flu.
She moaned. Get in bed, I urged. Frankie, find an emergency bucket. I'll head to the store for some supplies. Maya dropped onto her air mattress and curled into a ball.
You find a bucket.
Frankie said, running out the door.
I'll go to the store. We need a case of Lysol, pronto.
Maya, did you eat something that may have upset your stomach? I asked, wondering if I should skip breakfast.
I ate a blueberry muffin. It tasted fine.
It couldn't have been the muffin. I ate one last night when we got home.
I probably just caught a bug.
She moaned miserably. I'll call David to take you home. You'll feel better in your own bed, I said.
No,
She protested weakly.
I'm staying with you until he finds your attacker. If I give in now, he'll only treat me like a child again.
Would that be so bad right now? Let him take care of you. You can take a stand when you feel better.
No.
She muttered into the pillow. Okay, I'll be here if you need me, I said, giving her space. Sometimes misery doesn't like company. I sat down in a limp chair and pulled out my phone, debating whether I should call David. I decided against it and texted Remy. Did you find my attacker? He responded quickly.
Yes and no. David is a bear to work with. Tell Maya to go home.
I had a feeling David's feathers might be ruffled, but really he had it coming. I can't. She's sick.
Can you get away for a few minutes?
Yes.
Meet me in your parking lot in 10 minutes.
Okay. I wondered if he'd found a lead, but I put the thought aside and decided to text Grayson. Hoping I hadn't managed to upset him like I had with Caleb, I typed and erased several messages before realizing I had no idea what to say. I'm sorry. Didn't seem to be enough. And yet, what else could I say? I tipped out of the chair to check on Maya, who was still curled in a ball, but was otherwise as good as a person could be with the flu. I stepped out of the room and made my way down to the parking lot to wait for Remy. As soon as I saw his caddy pull into the lot, I crossed over to him.
Get in, Jet.
I jogged to the passenger side and slipped into the car. Well, what did you find out? I asked.
Not much. But I did determine that the materials used for the apartment explosion are the same that are commonly used to demolish buildings. Between the explosion and the excavator, our attacker seems to know about construction. Do you know anyone who works in that field?
No, I can't think of anyone. But that definitely rules out Jessica and Adam. I doubt either would care if I was alive or dead, nor would they know anything about construction.
That leaves us back at square one.
Did you find out anything on Piñata? I asked.
I can't find a trace of Piñata or Muffin.
They can't be far away. After the explosion, Piñata told Muffin to get a paper so they could look for places.
I'll get a copy of the paper and see if she's rented any of the listings. Muffin is recognizable enough that I can hunt her down by her description.
That's true. She does leave an impression,
So does another woman I know of.
he said, eyeing me with such intensity I found myself leaning as far away as possible.
Do you know what I heard?
No, I said, trying not to squeak. Now I know why he showed up in person. I thought it was odd that he hadn't just called. He's here for information and to give me the evil eye while extracting it. His eyes never left mine, studying them as he prepared for interrogation.
I heard that an accountant's office was broken into. Imagine my surprise when I also found out this accountant could have a connection to Caleb's stolen money.
Imagine that. I swallowed.
And then I thought, Jet wouldn't be so stupid as to break into an office.
He said, still watching me. I summoned my poker face, which was not as convincing as I hoped it would be.
Then I remembered who I sent to fix her door. Rat is known for opening doors, and Jet is known for getting into trouble. Amazing that it only took 24 hours for them to get into trouble together.
I don't know what you're talking about, I said haughtily.
You know damn well what I'm talking about. What the hell made you do it?
I hesitantly glanced over at him and then wished I hadn't. His brow was so furrowed and pinched that he looked like a bulldog ready to attack. I knew it was better if I confessed and let him get his tirade over with. If not, he was like a boiling kettle with no steam vent and was bound to explode. It seemed like too good of an opportunity to miss. Like you said, Rat knows how to open doors, and I needed a door opened. He clutched the steering wheel, knuckles turning white. I could only assume he was imagining my neck in place of the steering wheel.
Of all the damn stupid idiotic. You are the biggest pain in the ass I've ever met.
I seem to recall you saying that several times already.
How can I keep you safe when you're traipsing all over town with a criminal?
He shouted, letting all that built-up steam escape with vengeance. I wouldn't say traipsing, I argued.
Don't push me.
He said with a growl. After a deep breath, he loosened his grip on the steering wheel. I wasn't pushing. I was lightly poking. I huffed, watching something shift in his eyes. Oh, crap. His hands were too quick for me to react. He dragged me close with a single movement and kissed me. Yes, kissed me. Quite soundly, too. His fingers fisted into my hair, pressing me into a kiss that was confusing and intriguing and confusing. Very confusing. There was nothing I could do, and I wasn't sure I wanted to. Maybe. I was caught up in the moment. The switch from anger to passion was so astoundingly acute. It wrapped around and yanked me into his very large arms and held me hostage there. And then, as suddenly as it had started, it ended.
Damn it, Jet.
Remy mumbled as he broke the kiss, leaning his forehead against mine.
That shouldn't have happened.
His fingers uncurled from my hair. We retreated to our corners. That was...
Don't say it.
Remy said, cutting me off.
It didn't happen.
But it did. I can honestly say I wasn't expecting it.
This changes nothing. You're still a pain in the ass. It was a reaction and nothing more.
He said, and I wondered if he was trying to talk himself into believing it. But in reality, it was probably just as he said. And thankfully, I was happy to agree. You may want to warn that crazy cocktail server that's been on your tail. If you kiss pain-in-the-ass girls, I can't imagine what a stalking server would get. Not that she would mind.
Jet, get your ass out of the car.
Don't you want to kiss me again? I taunted.
Out!
I laughed and kissed him on the cheek before I dashed out of the car. A string of curses followed me. He gunned the car, escaping as fast as he could. Poor Remy. I turned to find Frankie in the parking lot with his mouth hanging open. You didn't see anything, I said, walking past him.
I know what I saw.
He said, following me.
You were kissing Remy.
No, he was kissing me.
I distinctly remember seeing both parties' tongues and hands.
Ew, you make it sound slobbery.
It wasn't. Damn, I had a feeling he knew how to give a good kiss. You never know with those big burly types. Give me the details.
He ordered as we stepped into the elevator. I couldn't give you details even if I wanted to. It happened so fast and then it stopped. He was just as confused about it as I was.
How did it start?
He was yelling at me and then all of a sudden he was kissing me. Frankie sighed with a little shiver.
Those are the best kisses.
It was good, I admitted to myself. But it was a product of reaction, not deliberation. And, again, I was quite thankful for that. You have to promise not to tell anyone what you saw, I said. My life is a mess already. I don't need any more complications. He pursed his lips. Frankie, you have to promise. Nothing is going to happen between Remy and me. Ever.
Oh, fine.
Thank you, I said, stepping out of the elevator.
Oh, I completely forgot to tell you.
He said, shaking his head, laughing.
That kiss wiped all thoughts from my head.
Frankie, I warned.
Yes, yes?
He said, waving off my warning.
I'm heading out with a real estate agent today. He has several buildings he wants to show me.
I thought you would rebuild, I said.
I was thinking of it, but I'd like to see what's out there first. If nothing else, it will give me ideas.
I hope you find something.
I want you to come with me. You know what I'm looking for and your input will help.
A hidden compliment from Frankie and an excuse to get out of the apartment was just what I needed. I'd love to,